What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Bradford City Liverpool post-match analysis video, and we will talk about who impressed me the most in this game, and also we will talk about what Jurgen Klopp said after the game. So I'm really excited to make this video for you guys. And what a day for sports today. Lewis Hamilton won the Silverstone British Grand Prix. England won the Cricket World Cup. Congratulations to them. The Wimbledon tennis final, men's final between Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic was incredible. It lasted like 5 hours. So Liverpool got off to a flyer. James Milner hit a brilliant shot from long range and it got a little bit of a deflection. A defender tried to clear, but he could just divert it into the middle of the goal, and because the goalkeeper already dived to his left, the goal was empty. So Milner scores from like 22 yards, which was a great strike. James Milner, Mr. Reliable, at 33 years old, he still looks like he's on top of his game. And just 1 minute later, he scores the penalty after brilliant interchange between Ryan Kent and Brewster, and Kent was absolutely taken out by the defender. So very impressive ball playing by Ryan Brewster to do the 1-2, and Ryan Kent was taken out, and of course James Milner slots it home. So Milner scores 2 goals in a minute. That's not every day you hear that sentence said at Liverpool. And I think maybe the most impressive player for me was actually Ryan Brewster, because again he scored a poacher's goal. That's 3 goals in 2 games for Ryan Brewster. Very impressive stuff. He ledged onto a deflection, and from a very tight angle Brewster could squeeze the shot in. It actually goes in off the goalkeeper, but I think the shot was maybe on target, so Brewster should be credited with the goal. But overall, not just that he's a poacher's a predator in the front of goal, a poacher in front of goal, but Ryan Brewster's approach play, his passing, his interchange, he was playing 1-2s between the wingers. Harry Wilson also almost scored. He also played a 1-2 with, I think it was Brewster as well. So Brewster overall shows great maturity. If you think that he's just 19 years old, the sky's the limit for Ryan Brewster. And Ryan Brewster is actually the reason why Jurgen Klopp didn't buy a big name striker. I still think that we will probably buy an attacking midfielder like Coutinho, or maybe a winger like Nicolas Pepe, but an out-and-out striker is not needed, because even though we lost Daniel Sturridge, Jurgen Klopp wants to give Sturridge's place to Ryan Brewster. And judging by this pre-season, and also judging how Ryan Brewster was the top scorer in one of the Youth World Cups where England won the World Cup trophy actually, I think it's justified, I think it's merited. And don't forget that Jurgen Klopp sees Ryan Brewster every day in training, and he knows better than almost everyone that Ryan Brewster can or cannot be a Liverpool player, and he has very high hopes for Ryan Brewster. He just wants to give him a chance, and then it will be about Ryan Brewster taking it or not. But so far, oh boy, does he take his chances. I mean, 3 goals in 2 games. I know it's just pre-season, but that's still impressive. Can you imagine being a 19-year-old kid and already scoring goals for Liverpool in pre-season in your first 2 like competitive games? Not competitive, but I mean proper first team games. These are Ryan Brewster's first proper first team games. So far he has only played for the under-23s, the youth teams at Liverpool, and I'm very impressed with Ryan Brewster. Bradford also scored in the first half, but it was ruled out for offside, and Liverpool's goalkeeper in the first half, I'm not sure who he was, actually made a world-class save after a Bradford free kick, and the header was going in, and he saved it somehow. So very impressed by that goalkeeper. And also in the second half, Liverpool huffed and puffed. Origi had 2 or 3 chances, but Origi wasn't as impressive in this game as he was in the first game, because his shooting was a little bit off. Just couldn't really get going. We lost the rhythm a little bit in the second half, and maybe too many changes. And pre-season, you shouldn't forget that pre-season takes a lot out of players. These players are doing sometimes 2 training sessions a day plus even a match sometimes in the afternoon or evening. So we shouldn't be too harsh on the Liverpool players. I still think that a 3-1 victory is quite good. Bradford got a penalty. Lewis, the left back who came on for Larouci at half-time, takes out the Bradford player. A really rash challenge just inside the box. The player was going away from goal, so it was a pretty unnecessary foul. But he's a young player and probably he will learn from it. Curtis Jones also tried his best in the second half, but he couldn't score. His shot was blocked by one of the defenders. So overall, a really good play by Liverpool. Wasn't as impressive as the Tranmere game, but I think Bradford City are, they worked really hard to try to keep the score down. But also Liverpool, probably this game was a little bit too close to the Tranmere Rovers game. Don't forget that just 3 days ago Liverpool played another game and they are doing grueling training sessions every single game. That's what preseason is about. The result and the performances are secondary. It's all about building up the fitness, and you should build up a great fitness that could last for the whole season, or at least until maybe the Christmas period. So I really hope that that this is just the start for Liverpool. I think that many young players are impressing in preseason. So Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp will know much better probably at the end of preseason who to keep, who to maybe loan out. We still have about 3 weeks left of the transfer window. The transfer window closes on August the 8th. So just 1 day before the Premier League season. Liverpool will already have one game played by then. The Community Shield final against Man City is on August the 4th. So Liverpool will probably know a lot more about these young players by the time preseason finishes, and Liverpool will be going to the USA on their preseason tour, and we will play some big teams like Dortmund and Napoli and teams like that, and Sporting, and looking forward to that. So this is what Jurgen Klopp said about this preseason game. For the first 30 minutes, I would say we were very confident. We did the right things in the right moments, then we lost rhythm, didn't get it back. To be honest, it looked a bit more rusty, but that's how it is in preseason. Very often taking the wrong decisions and all that stuff, but it was still a wonderful third for Ryan's goal. Really nice. The goals were really good. Second half we never really could get the rhythm, so it was a bit boring, to be honest. If you are not creative on a specific day, you have to use the simple solutions, and then you need to be still direct, try to come behind the last line. But it's normal. We have to feel things like this. You have to do things like this, and then the manager has to criticize you, and then you make the next step and everything is good again. The door is always open for the young players. The boys have to go through by themselves. It is always like this in each preseason. And Jurgen Klopp was asked whether Liverpool are looking to bring in a backup left back for the departed Alberto Moreno. And this is what Jurgen Klopp said: we will see. What can I say? I said already, we have to think about everything, and in the end maybe we do nothing, but we will see. Of course, as you can imagine, we will have a look at all the things around us. Of course, we have lost left back, and today you saw two pretty young ones. James Milner has played it and all that stuff. As I said, we will see. So Jurgen Klopp is thinking about keeping Milner as a backup left back and also giving some of the young players a chance. But I think that's a very risky decision, because if Robertson goes out for like 2 months with a big injury, I really hope it doesn't happen, but it's a possibility, because in football you can always get a big injury. Liverpool will have no real true left back with first team experience. I mean, they could have to play big teams in the Champions League, big teams in the Premier League. Maybe Milner is the solution, but Milner is 33 years old. If he comes up against a lightning quick right winger, it will be very difficult for him to keep up. So I think that Liverpool should sign a backup left back. I always said that I want Ryan Sessegnon at Liverpool. He would be brilliant, and he's still 18 years old or 19. He's a boyhood Liverpool fan, so he would be perfect for Liverpool. But we shall wait and see what Jurgen Klopp does. So far in pre-season, Adam Lallana has been playing as a deeper midfielder, in a deeper role as a playmaker, and this is what Jurgen Klopp said about him. Adam is this kind of player. He can play that, no problem. He enjoys it obviously a lot. It's about getting Adam the rhythm, bringing the things he's naturally good in. small spaces, keeping the ball, passing the ball and all that stuff. And then from time to time offering the runs in behind as well, especially together with Millie, that's possible. For us it's another option to use. He just needs a bit of luck now in terms of avoiding injury. That's true, we have to come through pre-season without injuries. That would be cool. And we have a couple of new players, I would say, this season. He's talking about Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana, maybe Joe Gomez as well. And Jurgen Klopp was asked, does he think that Liverpool's opponents will have the added incentive to beat the champions of Europe in Liverpool? And this is what he said. To be honest, last year we were second in Europe, but everybody wanted to win against us. When we went to Newcastle, I thought, okay, what are we playing today here for? The intensity of the game was like a World Cup. I don't think it will be more tough to win, but it will be tough like always. I had to learn that pretty quick. When you are a Liverpool team and you go somewhere, they are all really on their toes. That was never different, but we will be prepared for that for sure. So I think that Jurgen Klopp is giving very honest answers here. Maybe Liverpool doesn't want to sign a new backup left back, but if the opportunity arises, I think that Liverpool will go for it. At the moment he's assessing things, looking at young players in pre-season, and that's what you should do in pre-season. And I think the young players have a great chance, because if they impress Jurgen Klopp, they could find themselves in the first team and on the bench in the first few months of the season, and that would be a great opportunity for them. And Darren Bent, who is a pundit now, he used to play for Charlton and Fulham and other teams in the Premier League. He believes that Jurgen Klopp as at Liverpool will start picking up more trophies in the coming seasons. This is what he said. As soon as you win a trophy, you know what it's like. With Jurgen Klopp, all them finals they lost, now he has won the Champions League. It's like a weight off his shoulders. I guarantee you, Liverpool will go on and win something else this season, because they have been there and they know how to do that. So Darren Bent also said that his former club Tottenham, after they lost the final in Madrid, they have forgotten how to win silverware, how to win trophies. And he's kind of right. The last trophy I think was like maybe 15 years ago or something like that, or 10 years ago in a League Cup final. And since then Tottenham haven't won the trophy, but also they haven't won the league title since like the 1960s. So they have an even worse run in terms of without being a league title than Liverpool. So he's probably right. Tottenham probably doesn't know how to win a trophy, and they really need to sign more players if they want to compete for big trophies, because I think them getting into the Champions League final, they were quite lucky against Man City with the VAR decision. They were quite lucky that Ajax missed those incredibly good chances in the second leg. Hakim Ziyech could have scored 2, and then Tottenham were not going to the final. So probably he's right about that. And Joe Gomez revealed that the whole squad were delighted to win the Champions League, and the Premier League is the next target, having come so close last season. This is what he said: "We can be happy and proud of the achievement, but we've got so much more work to do. The Premier League was so close. That's all the motivation that we need. We were so close but so far at the same time in the fact that we didn't win it. It's something we want to get this year. We can't get complacent or dwell on what happened last season. We have to hit the ground running again." That's exactly the kind of motivation that Liverpool need, and we need to hit the ground running, because I think Manchester City will do that, and Liverpool will need to be very, very ready for the start of the season. But Sadio Mane's Senegal just made it to the Africa Cup of Nations final, so congratulations to Mane. They went through in extra time, and Mane will have a chance to win Senegal their first Africa Cup of Nations trophy, so good luck to him in the final. And that means that he is guaranteed missing the first Premier League game of the season, the Community Shield final, and possibly the European Super Cup final as well. But we have enough good players in our team to win those trophies, so really hope that we will do that. Fabinho thinks that Van Dijk has a great opportunity to be the first defender since Cannavaro in 2006 to win the Ballon d'Or. This is what he said: I'm usually on his team, Van Dijk's team, in training. Thank God, the only guy I've ever seen winning a ball from Van Dijk in training was Firmino, and that happened only once. I mean, that's a brilliant insight into Liverpool training, and I can probably see that. It's actually a surprise that Firmino was the only player to win the ball of Van Dijk, but Firmino also is a very hard worker, and Brazil actually scored a goal like that in the Copa America final or semi-finals, I can't really remember, where Firmino won the ball back in midfield and Brazil went on to score. I think it was in the final. So that was also great to see, and thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.